it was I think almost 10 years ago I heard Till Swan say on a TV show that the Anunnaki clans came from the Anunnaki clans that have been living here for 9 million years, 11 to 9 million years, 9 to 11 million years, were a group of what my father called pirates, what Teal Swan called a splinter group of, basically they're the more, a group of Anunnaki, and they've been enslaving us for 9 million years, and they came from a part of Orion. Orion's a big star system. There's quite a few planets. It's big. It takes up a lot of space. Apparently, from what I tell myself, from what I hear from myself, while I'm sort of off somewhere, coming in and out, some of the Anunnaki clans, many of them, perhaps even some of the leaders, forgot where they came from because they've been in possession of me for so long. That they actually became me without realizing it. Became me conditioned to the state of still believing they're them. Which, as you probably know by my videos, happens a lot. And they forgot where they came from. And the past few days, I've been hearing some kind of hint about a war on Orion, a war on Zeta Reticuli. In fact, I was lying on the floor, and I was looking directly at Zeta Reticuli, and I got all these feelings and beliefs suddenly, and my father kept giving me this hint to just go over there. But I couldn't tell it was my father because I had Jonathan's voice, and I was being programmed to his voice while Jonathan's in possession of that part of me where my father flows. If you're not a stranger to my videos, you'll know that's something that happens often as well. So he tried to encourage me, and I thought, well, if I can't feel that it's a place where you can go without people being disturbed unfairly, which I've noticed for many years is something that happens very often, then fine. But I was sort of suspicious of this idea that I just appear to what I consider to be a group of strangers. I mean, I wasn't sure how I do that, but I know that ultimately it is just a matter of intuitive understanding. But until I can see and really feel those intuitive understandings, I will watch. So I wonder what the relationship is between the Anunnaki clans that live here, me constantly correcting my mind every time I'm influenced by these beings to think 7 clans. I think to myself, no, it's 12, it's not 7. And so what is the relationship between the other clans, which may be on some part of Orion, the clans that are here, who forgot where they came from, the clans that were on Orion that may have also forgotten where they came from, that may have been in possession of me the whole time without me realizing. And now I remember when I first started my YouTube channel, I made some videos about reptilian beings, and I kept getting this hint that I was possessed by them, and I kept getting these subtle messages, but they were being intercepted by other beings in possession of me, the usual beings that ruin all my messages until they're dead or destroyed, which they are being destroyed. But we make it a process. We do it in a specific way so that they get chances and they gain understanding about how to live as a functional civilized being. I remember a few months ago the Alliance of Life, some beings that are a part of the Alliance of Life, I think the Drakh, and perhaps some others, they've been in possession of parts of me for some time, and I wonder what kind of, if they have any involvement. They must have some involvement with these, whether they're wars or they're whatever they are. And just a few days ago, somehow I ended up interacting with the Drakh, and I got some messages from them. They sounded they almost sounded like, they may have sounded distressed, but I don't think they were distressed. I'm not sure because I'm not sure what kind of, not sure about the dialect. Wasn't sure about the dialect, so So I went to the park and I sat down for a while and thought they might come and pick me up today. But I realized on my way there, after communicating with them, the one time I felt like they were actually hearing my message, I just told them that I love them. They're my brothers and sisters. I just told them I love them. That's it. And then I went and sat down, and on my way I realized, they're not going to pick me up now, my vibration's too low. And I think that was the message that they were giving me, and why they actually sounded quite distressed, because the energy they're picking up from me was so low, and they're wondering, how are we picking up this? I think they were wondering, how are we picking up messages from such a low vibrational being? It would take a lot to recognize how high my energy is, especially with the states that I get into. So I'm not surprised that's the first thing they see. And I'll wait however long it takes until I can see my brothers and sisters.